Okay, am I the only one who feels like yesterday was last year's Inktober? I just blinked and a year went by. I really, remember doing those videos we did last year in detail. Anyways, last year we did a series of Inktober videos where I draw some of our original characters from role plays and stories, and Bones and I would take turns talking about who they were, and then we'd give a little lesson on art and writing. I've also done Inktober in the past outside of our videos. It's a really fun challenge. Personally, it helps me every year learn a lot about inking, especially traditionally, which is a skill that I rarely use these days. I'm primarily a digital artist, so any excuse to flex my muscles and do some traditional art is like 10 out of 10. Wonderful. Good challenge. Inktober has really helped me focus on not only my traditional inking skills, but just overall, even when I'm doing my digital work, improving my inking skills. It makes me treat my inks more permanently, as in, when I'm working digitally, I can erase and redo my line work all I want until I get it absolutely perfect. But treating it more like a permanent mark, the way it is when I'm inking traditionally, it really helps me choose my lines more carefully and decide where I want things to go before I put down a line. And it makes me work a little more slowly, which is something that I really need to force myself to do, as I'm a very fast, messy artist. On top of that, Inktober's helped me learn how to use dip pens, which I love. They're really fun, and they have a really great line quality, and they're really cool. I highly recommend using them to anyone. I also recommend Inktober to anyone who wants to learn how to do any traditional inking, whether it's with felt tip stuff or brush pens or brush inking or dip inking, whatever it is. You're gonna improve at it really, really quickly if you do Inktober, because you're going to be doing it every day for a month, and you're going to have to learn how to use it properly. Otherwise, you're going to have a really bad time. And it's usually only a small commitment in your day. As long as you set yourself up for success and don't do a crazy challenge where you draw a 3-hour piece every day, because that's a little ridiculous and you probably won't be able to do that all month. But if you treat it just a little 30-minute commitment every day, you can do it. Heck yeah. Admittedly, for me and Bones, it was a bit more of a 3-hour commitment every day, because we also had to film and do audio and write our scripts and all that good stuff. And there were a couple days where I was recording and the camera wouldn't record, so I had to redo my piece of art and re-ink it and do the footage all over again. But the drawing itself typically was 30 minutes to an hour, which is something I can handle most nights. But yeah, it's a lot. It can be a lot, depending on how you go at this challenge. Anyways, I've been ranting a lot about Inktober and what it is and how to do it and why I like it. But you probably know that this video is about why we're not doing Inktober this year. Well, if you've been following our channel recently, you know that we just finished off doing the 100 Days of Making Comics challenge. It's the second time we've done it, and it's a very long challenge. If you've watched any of those videos, you know by the end, Bones and I were kind of losing our mind a little bit. It's a challenge where for 30 minutes every day, you work on your comic. On top of that, Bones and I were again recording footage, writing scripts, doing audio for all our videos, and doing it daily for over 3 months, and it was a lot. And I think right now we're a little burned out. In fact, we just took a week off of video creation altogether, just because, the last challenge we did took a lot out of us. Bones was doing all our video editing, and on top of doing audio and writing his own scripts. I know it really tuckered him out personally, because he definitely has trouble with kind of marathon writing. He tends to do it in bursts when he just feels inspired. So doing it over a long time really drains his creativity pretty fast. And personally, I was pretty done with everything by the end of it. I don't remember feeling this tired after the first time I did the 100 Days challenge, but I remember being a lot more peppy about it. But I think this time we're just really tired. So all that to say, it's a lot to do this big long challenge and then jump right back into another one. That's gonna use up a whole month. It's just a lot. Also, we forgot to plan for Inktober, which is a big reason why we were able to succeed last year. I did a lot of pre-drawing. Our time this year got eaten up pretty much by 100 days, and I would have had to do all my sketches within a week. And I honestly just haven't felt super motivated to do art this past week. I'm a little drained. But yeah, we were not prepared for Inktober this year, so that's part of the reason why we're not doing it. There's also a lot of work that is piled up that we haven't done because we were so focused on 100 Days and working on 9 Point, which is one of our comics that we're working on. Right now we have an anthology coming up that we're kickstarting that Bones has edited, and we've worked with lots of lovely writers and artists, and it's going to be launching mid-October, and we really want to focus on that and making sure it succeeds. So currently I'm working on the cover art, though this probably isn't final. And yeah, there's just lots of prep that needs to go into it. I have my own comic that I'm working on for this anthology that I'm still yet to complete, so I really want to focus on that. And it's not something I can really film very well, because we want people to buy the anthology to read it. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on this October. And on top of it, I don't think I can also do a challenge with video and audio and inking. And also, right now, we're kind of figuring out what we want to do with our webcomics. I need to get back into working on The Magpie, which is our other kind of ongoing comic right now, if you've never heard of us before. For the past 3 months, I've been focused super hard on 9 Point. And since our original plan with 9 Point, to publish it issue by issue with Kickstarter, the last Kickstarter didn't go through, so we've had to kind of go back to the drawing table and figure out what we're going to do. So I'm trying to figure out a schedule on how to balance posting Magpie, our webcomic, again, and making sure that 9 Point gets done and figuring out how we're going to distribute it. So that's a little stressful. It's a lot to figure out. I need to get used to getting back into updating a webcomic, because I remember a while ago I took a hiatus on Magpie, and then we got back into updating it weekly, and I just had so much trouble getting back into the rhythm of preparing pages every week, and a lot of the time we'd forget to update. So I want to avoid that mess again, and actually update and be consistent again. On top of figuring out our comics, there's also a ton of videos that we really want to do that we couldn't do because of the 100 Days challenge, which had a very strict format we were sticking to, and we could only do that format for 3 months. Because the point of the 100 Days for us, we, on top of working on 9 Point for a long time and getting a lot of progress done on it, the series is also just kind of walking you through how to start a comic and get to the end and write it and draw it, and so that's all we talked about. And there's lots of other aspects to comic art that I want to talk about and do more kind of fun videos and just try new formats out a little bit, because I think the 100 Days one that we were doing got a little dry by the end. So yeah, I'm just aching to do something new, and I think a lot of our viewers are as well. They just want to see something new and fun. Though I know lots of you guys really enjoyed the 100 Days, and I appreciate you guys watching and following along, and I really hope those videos were helpful. I just want to do something fresh, you know? So instead of jumping back into another challenge that would force us back into a little format box, I'm gonna take a break this year and just have fun and do some other projects that I've been really excited to work on. So yeah. There you go. No Inktober this year. Sorry, guys. I hope no one was looking forward to OCtober or Inktober videos from us. They were a lot of fun last year. I really do like talking about our OCs, and people seem to really enjoy hearing about some of the stories that we have as role plays. So we'll do something like that again, just not right now. The timing is a little off. So that's a lot of little reasons why Bones and I aren't doing Inktober. I'm not doing it because I think it's a bad challenge or anything. In fact, like I said at the top of this video, I think it's a great challenge. I think it's a great way to learn how to ink. It's a great way to learn a new medium. You can also do it with digital inking, which is also cool. But yeah, I think it's a cool challenge. I don't think anyone should not do it. Unless they're in a situation like this where it'll probably hurt you if you do it, then don't do it. But yeah, go do it if you want to. Don't be discouraged just because we're not doing it. That's not what I wanted to do with this video. But you can go watch our videos from last year if you want to see how we did or if we have any tips on it. I know I did a couple videos about kind of my impressions of Inktober at the time. So that's it, I guess. That's all I got. We're just kind of done with challenges for a little while. At least like long challenges. There's still things I want to do that are like challenge-like. But I need some me time for a little bit. So I guess like this is a good place as any to ask if anyone has any requests or suggestions for things they want to see. In fact, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask for videos you want us to do, we do have a Discord server, which you can find in the description. We have a section where you can ask questions. You can also just leave a comment on this video. I don't care, you do you. But basically, let me know if there's any like other video formats you'd be interested in seeing. Like, do you want to see my face when I talk about things? Do you want, I don't know, like a studio tour or a more vloggy style stuff? We do have a vlog coming out tomorrow because we do monthly vlogs. But yeah, are there formats you want to see? Are there parts of my process you want me to talk about? Are there any cute, I don't know, art games or art memes or something you want me to try? I'm just curious. I've got a list of things I want to do, but I want to know what you guys want to see. We're open to new things. So yeah, that's it. Good luck to anyone who's doing Inktober. You're wonderful and amazing. And even if you just do a few drawings at the beginning of the month, it's still worth it because you're going to learn something in those few days that you work on it. Don't let the haters get you down, I guess. Yeah, I think you can do it. You guys are great. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Stay spoopy. Ooh woo. Goodbye.